Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Thursday live. There are so many developments that happened in the past 24 hours that I needed to go live, and I promised many of you in the comments that we're going to give updates. So those of you that are joining, welcome. So many of you have been sending me messages and comments about what's going to happen. So in this live today, I'm going to talk about two main things. We're going to talk about the public charge changes, some bad news in that respect. I'm going to give you a full update on that. And some good news on the DV lottery litigation, literally news that came in the last hour. And I want to make sure that I can update all of you. So those of you that are joining in right now, make sure you stay till the end so you'll get the full update. So welcome Eleanor, Moon, Jawad, let me see, Lisa, Shayna, Max, Adrian. You guys are the best. And I wanted to, once again, thank you for joining, for following me. And so we'll talk about the public charge, DV lottery, and a few other updates. So if you're here, I'll see you in 2 seconds. All right. So, lots of news to report. Once again, welcome everybody. Welcome Phyllis, Estefan, Sean. We have a lot of things to report. Before that, if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the update just like now. Also, click that like to be notified. And also make sure that YouTube is going to share this video with many people that are interested in this information. So, let's jump right in. So yesterday in the afternoon, the Second Circuit Court essentially limited the scope of the implementation of the public charge rule. And as you remember, about a month ago, a federal court ruled that public charge should not be enforced during the pandemic. So as long as we are in state of crisis, state of pandemic, that federal court ruled, which we think was a justified decision, was a humane decision, essentially saying that you don't need to fill Form I-944, including all the strict requirements. You have to satisfy that you meet the health conditions, the age, education, all these other, if you take in public charge in the past 12 months, all these tests that they implemented, they put that on hold. But yesterday, the Second Circuit Court, they narrowed it down. And what they said is this is only going to apply in 3 states. It's going to apply in Connecticut, Vermont, and the state of New York. All the rest of the country, starting today, people have to include the I-944 in their applications. And, it's definitely going to be more and more complicated for people to do so. But what the crazy part is that last time I checked was less than 30 minutes ago. If you go to the USCIS website, they still have not updated their website. On their website, they still say that they are back to pre-February policy where they don't require the Form I-944 on 45 applications. And more than that, when I was at the USCIS office this morning, when I asked one of the supervisors over there, he had no idea what I was talking about. This is crazy. The agency themselves had no idea that the Second Circuit Court yesterday evening ruled that they're going to require now the public charge to be enforced in all states except from New York, Connecticut, and Vermont. So as you can see, there's a lot of confusion at the agency as well. And so what I tell clients, those cases that were filed yesterday, the day before, they should remain the same. I think what USCIS is going to do, and they also mentioned on the website that those people that didn't file the I-944 after the ruling of the other court, a month ago, or if the documents are missing, they will probably issue some RFEs. They're not going to be rejecting cases. So hopefully they're going to continue with that same policy even now. So if you sent your cases without the I-944, Obviously, people were not aware of this narrow decision yesterday. We believe that cases will continue to be processed. They're not going to be denied or rejected, and most likely they will be issuing requests for evidence. So my suggestion for you is going to be to start collecting. If you're not in the New York, Vermont, or Connecticut, make sure you start collecting information, because they're going to be sending you an RFE, and you're going to need your financial documents, proof about your education, income. If you ever took public benefits, make sure you have records to show that you qualify under the exceptions and all that. So unfortunately, as of now, until further notice, public charge is back on. You have to use those documents in all your applications for adjustment of status, including the correct forms that are required when you file for adjustment of status, bearing in mind that you have to prepare the public charge documents. Like I said, these documents are quite lengthy and detailed, and since we're filing them, we've got quite a few RFEs since it started, so make sure you do it correctly. But it is required right now. I will get I'll do an update once I get more information about the public charge. So that's one thing, and I'll try to get some of your questions, guys, once I get through the content here today. So that's one thing about. So if you have questions about public charge, make sure you post them in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys at the end of the stream. So let's talk about the DV lottery. I know you have a lot of your questions about DV lottery, so I will make sure that I'll provide that update as well. So today, as you know, there's been a consolidated lawsuit, DV lottery and the proclamation, and today Judge Mehta basically ordered, and I have actually a copy here of the order. So the judge ordered the government to produce all cables, all memos, all documents that they were using when they decided that they're going to limit DV lottery and create a proclamation saying that DV lottery are a threat to this country, that they're taking jobs and all that. The judge said, I want to see all these memos. I want to see all these documents that you used to basically deny people from getting the DV lottery. I want to see all this evidence to see if it even makes sense, because the government have been hiding a lot of evidence. They've been tampering with a lot of evidence, and the judge wants to see all these documents. He gave them a deadline to produce all these documents, so then he'll make a decision if it makes sense, or he should authorize the injunction to go forward. So that's actually a huge win for the DV lottery litigation, because this is the first time that the judge essentially sides with the plaintiffs and says, listen, I need more time. I need to see all these documents that the government has been using to essentially make that ruling, and I want to review all these documents. And that's been essentially like today. So as you can see, I highlight, I'm going to put it again. Some of you want to see it. Put it right here. So it specifically says court is required the plaintiff to produce all the documents, policies, memos, and cables. And remember, there's a lot of these documents that they were hiding, that they were manipulating, that they were not providing data, and they just made their executive order based on assumptions. And so now they have to produce. And if they're not going to be able to produce it, guess what? This judge is not going to like it. And, nobody likes when they're lied to. So this is today. They're trying to hide the ball. They're trying to, So again, they're saying that there's no urgency for the 9/30 deadline for DV lottery winners. And they said that there are documents to show that there's no urgency. Or the government says, well, show me those documents. Show me this document to show that there's a reason for you guys to ban DV lottery until the end of the year. Show me evidence that, if they're not be able to get their green cards before September 30th, there's going to be they're not going to be impacted. So I think it's going to be it's a big win, guys. It's a big win. So let's see what happens. They have about a week or so to produce these documents, and I'll keep you posted with this litigation. And also I'll post a copy I'll post a copy. I'm getting more updates here, and I want to make sure I can share with you. Here we go. So basically, there's been a lot of communication between the government, the KCC, and the State Department with respect to what happens with the DV lottery, minimizing the impact of the ban on DV lottery winners. And so today the judge ordered all the evidence that the government is supposedly claiming that they have, that they used to implement the order, to show that they are going to they're going to have to produce it. So, and I think the judge is going to see that essentially the government really has no foundation, no basis to ban DV lottery winners from getting their visas, and also to see the urgency of the deadline of September 30th for them to get their visas. He's going to see that from the evidence that the attorneys who filed that lawsuit provided. So I think, keeping our fingers crossed, I think that we're moving in the right direction. The government was essentially shocked with this ruling that they have to produce all this, because essentially I don't think they have any of that. So let's see what happens. Some good news on the DV lottery win. One step forward. Bad news on the public charge, unfortunately. Once again, those of you that are joining us right now, I started this live stream saying that the public charge rule is back on, except from 3 states, New York, Connecticut, and Vermont. All the other states, if you're filing for adjustment of status, you have to use Form I-944, including all the requirements of that form, which are quite restricted. And once again, it's important to be mindful of this. It has not been updated yet on the USCIS website. And like I said to you this morning, I went there and they have no idea what's going on. So from previous memos that they issued, we believe that they're not going to be rejecting cases. They'll be issuing requests for evidence. So from now on, gather all that information and be ready. So this just was a quick update. Let me see. Let's take a few questions. Again, I just wanted to put, what about DV Lottery 2020 AOS, who isn't get this interview? So again, the case is going to help on all sections. So again, it's going to move the needle, obviously first at the embassy, but also with USCIS here. They have to hurry up and they have to schedule those interviews for DV lottery winners to be able to adjust their status before September 30th. So absolutely, this litigation is going to help across the board. It's going to show the government, it's going to show USCIS that this is a serious matter. We're talking about thousands of people's lives here at stake, and we are eagerly awaiting the progress. Remember that we have a big hearing on August 27th on this litigation, so I will keep you posted as we move along the process. So once again, guys, I'll make a video. A video is coming up this week on CR1 update on green cards based on marriage at the U.S. consulates, and I'm working on a K1 update visa as we're collecting that information from the State Department. So stay tuned. So once again, guys, if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe so you don't lose any of these notifications. Click that bell to be notified, as well as the big like for the video to be shared. And also, if you're interested, we have a private Facebook group. You can join the group. The link is in the description of this video. And in the group, we share more information. People that are affected by litigation, by cases like that, they're also in the group and they share their experience. So I highly, highly recommend for you to join the group. So once again, thank you for watching. I'll keep you updated. I'll make more videos, and God bless you all.